what we do here at Mars. We basically we participate in many competitions, and we keep challenging robotics. We do keep challenging robotics projects every year, uh, and throughout the year basically. Like we do many. Our primary aim is doing research projects, and as of now we are doing projects in medical field, in workspace automation, in autonomous robots, etc. You will get to know about these projects soon. And we fund and mentor open projects in Srishti, as I said before. So we completely fund the projects. Only thing is you have to be interested in the projects, and you have to complete the projects till the end, and you have to present it. And we will completely fund it, and we mentor it from the beginning. We help you at every stage, and we help you till exhibiting and documenting it properly, so that you can show it in your resume or CV, so that you'll easily be able to get internships and placement. And then also we take part in many competitions, many prestigious competitions to be precise, like Inter IT Tech Meet, in Smart India Hackathon. And we have won first prize, second prize also in these competitions. We have taken part in IICDC, which is also a central government initiative. So as I said above, we are doing few core team research projects, and here are few.
Hello everyone, I will be telling you about core team projects. Just a quick look. First project is our high voltage transmission line inspection bot. So previous slide please.
Just 1 minute, sorry for the disturbance. Yes.
Basically, high voltage transmission line needs to be inspected from time to time for maintenance purposes. It is necessary as many households and industries are dependent on the power supplied by these lines. So, as per the current scenario, this maintenance is conducted manually by workers, either by hanging from helicopter, climbing tall transmission towers, and inspecting each and every line. So, due to the enormous length of transmission line, this process is very time consuming and expensive. And there is also a risk of worker life, no? So our solution to this problem includes a semi-autonomous bot which enables worker to remotely detect flaws in transmission lines without any need of physically inspecting these lines. Our bot can crawl on the wires, detect obstacles, and cross them, as well as it can detect faults in the wires. And next, please. Next slide, OT Lite. Next project is our OT light. So this project is basically involves automating surgical lights used in operation theater. At present, these lights are adjusted manually during the operation. On an average, the position of lights need to be changed every 7 minutes, thereby hindering the surgical process. So there are basically three parameters which has to be changed, like position of the light, its orientation, and its intensity. So like we are making a bot to automate this process. That is by taking feedback from the environment through various sensors. It will change position, orientation, and intensity of light in a way that creates minimum disturbance to the surgeon. At present, we have found a solution using ray tracing and multi-objective optimization, and we are in implementation phase of it. Next slide, please.
One thing I wanted to add here is these two projects, OT Lite and HT Line Inspection Bot. These two projects we started after lockdown, during lockdown actually, and all the progress is done during in online mode. So you can trust us that we'll definitely be able to teach you and make you do something sensible in this online mode. Next is Chitrek. Over to you, Shubham.
Uh, Chitrak, it was basically aimed to be dynamically stable, power efficient quadruped bot, basically a 4 leg bot. So each leg is a 2 degree of freedom, and currently we are trying to design 3 degree of freedom legs for the bot. Uh, let's watch that video; it will be clear. Next slide, please.
Less than half the Earth's landmass is accessible to existing wheeled and tracked vehicles. Our mission is to develop a rough terrain robot that captures the mobility and speed of living creatures. Chitrak robot is aimed to be a dynamically stable quadruped robot with sophisticated computing and power system, advanced actuators and dynamic control. There are many problems with current quadrupeds. One of the major problem is runtime of current robot is very less. While standing, these robots consume energy which can be avoided to increase the runtime. Our aim is to make a quadruped more energy efficient, so we have designed a robot for the same. The 9.4 kg robot will be driven by 4 worm gear DC motors and 4 normal gear DC motors but with lead screw mechanism. Currently, each leg has 2 degrees of freedom, which is aimed to be switched to 3 degrees of freedom soon so that the robot has more flexibility and can easily change its direction. The worm geared motors are placed at the hip joint and driving two link on the both sides which are connected to its shaft via coupling. The high torque worm geared motor has self-locking capacity which will lock the motor in position while providing enough torque without consuming any energy. The other DC motor is responsible for the knee joint motion via lead screw mechanism which has also self-locking capabilities. So while standing still, the knee joint also gets locked and does not consume any power. For a single leg, there are two active leg joints. The knee joint is rotated by the actuator mounted at hip joint through the lead screw mechanism. Each actuator unit consists of a rotatory encoder attached to it for angle measurement. In our first prototype of one leg, we first simulated the motion of leg on MATLAB by taking the trajectory of the end effector to be a semi-ellipse, which is the approximate trajectory of a natural leg motion. We applied inverse kinematics on the end effector by considering an XY reference frame on the hip joint and varied the joint angle accordingly. For smooth motion, we use spline for trajectory planning, taking the acceleration to be 0. We tested two gate cycles. First is creep cycle, in which every leg moves one by one. When one leg is completing its elliptical path, then the remaining three are completing its straight line. Second one is trot cycle, in which boat moves forward by using its two diagonally opposite legs simultaneously. Here is a video of our current design using trot cycle in air. But then we tested it on one leg. We got to know that knee joint motor's weight was providing extra torque on hip motor, so we shifted to second design. Transfers motion into rotation at knee joint. The field of quadruped robotics has a huge scope, but sadly in India we are yet to explore this field. Some Western countries had already developed quadruped to help their army or for other work. We Team Chitrak are dedicated to our goal of building a cheap and energy efficient quadruped robot. We are giving our best to build Chitrak. Thank you.
Hope you enjoyed that video. Next is our next project is ROTF. So ROTF is basically a robot that can replace waiters in restaurant. It can travel within a restaurant by sensing the obstacles and reach out to tables, talk with customers, for which we have made a chatbot. It can pass this order to the kitchen and it can go pick up the order and deliver it at the table. It is no way like different from the human waiters. Let's watch that video, ROTF.
So hope you all enjoyed the videos and the details about the current core team research projects. So now let's get into what we did in Inter IIT in the past years.
So hello everyone, I am Shubham, currently joint sec at MAS. Let's discuss some of our achievements. Firstly, Inter-IIT TechMeet 2019. This was an EdTech board, autonomous terrace farming board. This was the problem statement in the Inter-IIT 2019. And here we designed a autonomous board which is capable of performing harvesting, seeding, watering, and every other uh, farming task autonomously. And the main issue in this is how to step up and step down uh, the terrace. That's why you can see in the robot there are four main tires, and in center two on each side, two tires on each side for the support. These are basically while we are stepping up and stepping down, we need support. That's why. And for this board, we got gold medal in Inter-IIT 2019. You can see in the video also. Sanjeev. Here you can see how it is stepping down the terrace. This is the final video from the event. Next, Sanjeev. This was basically vision-based obstacle avoidance zone. This was the problem statement in Inter-IIT 2021, sorry, which was which had before some days. Means you can see from the mails that Inter-IIT 2021 was online and hosted by the IIT Guwahati. In this, we have to clear the words given by given in the problem statement, and there are three words given, and we used ROS and gazebo to simulate the motion of the drone, and we participated in this event, and we didn't get any position, but this was a very good experience also. Sanjeev, please share the video, please.
You can see the drone here.
Its algorithm was developed by us only. How it is working? You can see how it is avoiding the obstacles, and it will change its height also when it do not get any path from any side. You can see it is changing height at present. Sanjeev, little. Now it changes its height again. At the end, you can see 3 Aruko markers. Our task was to land the drone on the Aruko marker. So you can see now it will land on the Aruko marker. Yeah, done. Yeah. Now, our achievements. So now, Interactive TechMeet 2019. Here, as I told before, the task was to to make a fully autonomous terrace farming boat, and our team won gold medal for this boat. And also, we presented autonomous eyeglass cleaner in engineers conclave. The project autonomous eyeglass cleaner was to automate the process of eyeglass cleaning, and we get this project from the Lenskart. IICDC 2019. This is India Innovation Challenge Design Contest. In this competition, we presented ROTF board, and we are currently in the semi-finals of this event. Sanjeev, next. Interactive 2018. Our team bagged second prize in Batic Innovation Challenge competition. In this, we designed crutches for physically disabled people, and also we applied patent for this project. So you can connect with us through Facebook, YouTube, GitHub, Discord, and Linktree. You can scan this to join Linktree, and all the links for workshops, talks, etc. will be available on Linktree. You can scan this. Sanjeev, next, I think. So now come to the timeline of events. After a talk, we float a Google form in which you can select 3 choices for the listed projects. Also, we are organizing a workshop series starting from tomorrow. For the projects, we are giving you description of the projects after this, and also the description of the project, a Google Doc for the description of the projects will be floated with the Google form. Next. So workshop schedule. So first workshop will be on tomorrow, 17th April, and it will be on the Arduino and communication protocols. Second will be on Sunday, control theory and inverse kinematics. Third, 20th April, Tuesday, robot operating system ROS and Gazebo. Basic will give you basic idea of ROS and Gazebo. And on 22nd of April, we'll have a workshop on path planning. We'll give you basic idea of different path planning algorithms. So next.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Pratnesh. I'm a sophomore year student in engineering physics, and I'm a part of the core team, core electronics and control team at Mars IITR. Now we'll be briefing you through the open projects that we have stacked up for you to be done in this semester. This time we'll have a total of 10 projects, but before we brief you through all of this, it will be better if you guys also pitch in some ideas from your end, so that it will be easier for us to even update the list and kind of see what all you guys are expecting from Mars. So you can just enter your suggestions in the chat, or you can just unmute and let's have a proper discussion. The projects can be of any realm related to robotics. It can also involve concepts from game development, augmented reality, anything you have on the top of your mind. Anyone? Um, okay, that's fine. I mean, we can try to include this during the interviews. We'll also keep a different section for your suggestions in the registration form for the open projects. Do try to fill it. I mean, we will try to include as much diversity in our open projects as we can. So for now, let's go through the list of the open projects. So Sanjeev, can you please open the doc having the description of each of these projects? All right. So first off, the link to this doc will be shared post this talk on both our FB page as well as Discord server. And all the projects have been framed in an appropriate manner, considering the restrictions that are imposed by this online mode. First up, we have the smartwatch. So this particular category of wireless technology is trending these days. I mean, with newer gadgets being introduced in the market each day from leading tech companies like Apple, etc., one might wonder what might be the potential use of this idea, as it might seem redundant to many. Where the driving force behind all this innovation is wireless tech, and that is the main focus of this project. So the team is supposed to first get acquainted with the Arduino microcontroller, Bluetooth Wi-Fi modules, depending upon the exact features that the team wishes to include. This is the only project where physical prototype will be asked to make, and the prize money will be reimbursed considering the progress and the interest of the teammates. So you will be required to design a Arduino circuit with the necessary modules and sensors to make it functional. Simulation can be performed on various kinds of software like Tinkercad, etc. This function is not just restricted to wireless communication between the watch and your phone. Any relevant functions can be added to the watch as per your interest. So these extra add-ons will have extra points during your evaluation, and this is not just specific to this project. This is common to all the projects. So you will also be required to design an app to execute the communication between your phone and the watch. This app can be anything. It may contain simple clock calculator functions. It can be a to-do app, a list of the tasks that you want to do, or it can also be used to read WhatsApp notifications and send it to the watch. Basic aesthetics are expected, and any additional effort for improving the aesthetics. Say you design a beautiful strap for your watch, or you're working on improving the UX of your app, will bring your team extra points. Next up, we have Rover Sim. This is basically a simulation-based project where we will use ROS navigation stack. For the uninitiated, ROS is the robot operating system. It's basically the operating system for autonomous robots. So in case you wondered what piece of software manages all the tasks in the complex autonomous systems like Tesla's self-driving car or autonomous drones, it's ROS. This particular technology was also used in the autonomous drone, the simulation we just showed you a few minutes back. So you can find a brief about ROS in our study material. Again, the link to the study material will be provided post this talk. You'll be covering the basics of ROS and Gazebo. We'll also try to teach you that stuff in the lecture arranged on 20th. What's Gazebo? So Gazebo is basically a pretty famous simulator for complex robotics, physical systems. Again, we won't go into the details of all these now. For now, knowing that it's pretty cool tech will suffice. Now coming back to the project, the aim is to acquaint you to the ROS navigation stack and the path planning phase in robotics. So once you are done with the basics, we'll brief you through the OMPL library. It's a repository containing the implementation of all popular path planning algos in both Python and C++. And since these things might be a bit overwhelming for you, we'll also guide you in creating your own algorithm. Mostly it will be similar to a wall follower or a local planner or something similar to the algo we used in our drone. Finally, once the team has a fair idea of all this stuff, we'll give you a test bed and a node map wherein you will be supposed to run your rover between two provided points. Rover models can be easily imported and you can use pretty common sensors like LiDAR, etc. So if you're someone who wants to hone up his or her coding skills along with learning the tech behind autonomous robots, then this project's for you. Next up, we have Dumb E. Now, many of you guys have seen the Avengers movie. So, Dumb E is basically that uh, it's basically one of the two robotic arms which is used by the Iron Man in order to make his suits, etc. So, this project will basically help you get acquainted with the principles of forward and inverse kinematics. Same will be covered in our lecture on 18th, and it will also give you guys a fair introduction to MATLAB programming environment, which is more suited for simulating and analyzing complex systems. Again, the ROS that we mentioned in the previous project and MATLAB, these two are standard software, and irrespective of the field that you'll be focusing on, these softwares are going to be useful in your work indirectly or directly. So the final task in this project is to simulate a robot manipulator arm in Simscape multibody physics. Mostly the teams will spend time on writing the controller, task scheduler in MATLAB. And of course the teams are welcome to do any innovation they want. Many robotic arms today, you must have seen that they use OpenCV, or basically computer vision for object detection. You must have seen those robotic arms which pick up a particular uh, it can be any object like a ball and place it in some another stack. So that's the main concept behind this project, to simulate a pickup and place ball. So you can include any feature that you want. If you are able to use the OpenCV feature, kudos to you. Fourth is the RL based maze solver, and this is for all the machine learning and basically data science enthusiasts out there. So reinforcement learning, or RL, it combines basically artificial neural networks with a reinforcement learning architecture that enables software-defined agents to learn the best actions possible in a virtual environment in order to attain their goals. So basically it unifies function approximation and target optimization, mapping state action pairs to expected results. Again, we won't go into all this detailed stuff now. We'll be covering lots of lectures and give you lots of tasks to get you acquainted with this technology. So in this project, the mentee should learn about reinforcement learning algorithms after covering the basics and optimize them for faster response time. So the team can opt for more challenges to get bonus points. For example, multi-objective target search or application of the algorithm in a 3D sort of game developed in Unity. You're open to any sort of innovation possible. Similarly, next up we have one computer vision based project of social distance tracking, which is kind of relevant in these COVID times too. Like teams will be tasked with applying OpenCV techniques along with a data backed approach. You can try to use MLDL stuff here to create a full stack mobile application or something similar, which might actually help the relevant authorities in ensuring whether proper social distance measures are being implemented or not. Next up is AR-based games. So augmented reality and computer graphics, you must have heard that. I mean, it has a pretty interesting applications, not just in robotics, but in the software field in general. Now, we are sure many might be actually interested in doing an AR project. So we haven't really fixed a theme for this. It can be anything somewhat similar to the AR versions of Among Us or Pokemon Go or any pretty famous game, or some useful applications for the student community. Like you can create an AR app which will basically contain the 3D augmented reality version of our campus. You can try to take the pics from Google or any other references. Again, points will be there solely for innovation.
Hello everyone, my name is Vansh Goyal and I will be continuing the projects. So the next project is wall art project. As you have already seen, people make wall paintings by hand. So we are trying to automate it with the help of our wall art project. In the wall art project, there are features vary from simple sketching the outline of the figure to proper 3D printing. They use Wi-Fi or Bluetooth operated materials for the required design and we have to simulate an autonomous board which can sketch or draw on vertical surfaces like glass, wood, etc. In this bot, we can also have 3 degrees of freedom in case they encounters a beam or column poking their workspace. The next is the fire extinguisher bot. Automatic fire extinguisher bot will be a hardware-based model used to extinguish the fires during accidents. The robot finds its application in rescue operations during fire accidents where the possibility of servicemen to enter is very limited. Or it can be used in war zones where we have to put out fire quickly and efficiently. You have to build a CAD design like in SolidWorks or any other software of the bot and perform the suitable simulations in MATLAB. You also have to work on the electronic parts that can detect the fires, and the final evolution will be based on the design you develop and the research you do. The next is the IoT chatbot. In this project, you will get to learn about two important fields, Internet of Things and natural language processing. You have to create a chatbot which can listen to you and answer to your queries. So basically, it has to record your speech, convert it to text, analyze it, and find its context. Then search and prepare the responses of your query, convert it into speech or voice, and deliver it to you. This is one side of the project. The other side of the project is creating an IoT server for home automation. Like home automation server includes a network of sensors like PIR sensor, camera, etc. And network of actuators like relays, solenoids, locks, etc. And a web page or an app to control this network. Now, it is not possible to create hardware network sitting at home. So we will just make a web page, but the concept behind this hardware network will be taught in detail. Now, instead of input from the hardware network, we will provide manual input to these web pages. Once these two parts are completed, we will work on clubbing them. That is, asking your chatbot about the status of your home, like how many lights are on, what is the operating temperature of my AC, or at the back end of your chatbot will communicate with the IoT server and get the status. Similarly, commands can be passed through your chatbot to your IoT server, like switch off the fan. Next is the Mars rover design. Everybody has heard about the recent Mars exploration rover sent by NASA. We are trying to design an autonomous rover with a goal to learn about the most interesting sector of research, that is space. This is mainly a research-based project. We are planning to build a complete CAD design of a Mars rover and do a simulation in the later phase of the project if time permits. We will do the CAD design in SolidWorks. You will think about every aspect of the bot from actuators to sensors, taking in consideration weight of each part and other aspects. Tutorials on CAD modeling will be discussed by the selected students and we will help you design the project in every step. Evaluation will be done on the basis of the final design and innovation by the students. Thank you.
So let's come back to our presentation again. So for the almost for the past for 30-35 minutes, we were just dumping you all with so many details, projects, videos, everything. So let me just brief out everything. I'll give a brief summary of everything. So today, now it is recruitment talk. You all are in recruitment talk, and we have shown you the open projects to you. Like there are 10 open projects. Now from tomorrow, we will start with lecture series, workshop series basically. Saturday we have one lecture, Sunday we have one lecture, Tuesday and Thursday. So there are 4 workshops basically, and these workshops are very important because the 10 projects are based on these 4 concepts. So these 4 workshops are mandatory to attend if you want to do well in open projects. So immediately after the completion of workshop series, that is after Thursday, we will start off with interview process, where you have to fill the form. Like we will float the form also today. We will float one form and one study material where we will briefly explain the required concepts, and we'll have few resource links also. You can study from there. So these two things will be floated today, the form and the study material. You can fill the form where you will be asked about your preferred projects, your priority of the open projects, your details and other stuff, other basic stuffs. So after a workshop series, we will start off with interviews. We'll give you slots. We'll inform you through Facebook, and you have to come to interview. We'll take one or two or three levels of interviews, and we will select you for open projects. And then we'll have continuous evaluation of your open projects, and you'll be marked accordingly, and you'll be given prizes if you do exceptionally good. And at the end of the open projects, after evaluating your progress, your total work quality, we'll again scrutiny, and we'll have another 2-3 levels of small levels of interviews or selection, so that we can finally check your learning from the projects, and then you are core team member. If you are passing through all these levels, you are a core team member of Mars. And the advantage of, as I said before, the advantage of core team member is you get to work in research projects, which means you can work in projects where we are planning to publish papers in journals. Few projects we try to take patents for that, and we participate in many competitions from core team Mars. So all these things are the beneficial side of being a core team member of Mars. Now,
So-
you have any doubts?
One minute. So I'll say mark your calendars for workshop series, and the Google form for open projects along with description and study material will be floated on Discord and our FB page in a few minutes. And one basic thing, there is no prerequisite for to become a member of core team Mars. But we'll see your dedication for the projects only. And I'll tell you means but you have a basic idea of the study material which we will be floating. So now feel free to ask any questions if you have. Thanks.